Hello.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Railbirds, here we are at the 2024 SYKRS WPA World Artistic Pool Championship. We are in the bank and kick and the stroke category now. Our players, we have Steve Markle, the Blue Shark. In fact, I'm going to let Jason introduce our players. He knows our players better than I do.
Steve Markle, come back after a hiatus and really came on his own. 2023 U.S. National Artistic Pool Champion, 2023 World Championship semifinalist. He's been a multiple-time discipline champion. You'll see him on a couple commercials, one from Lincoln Nautilus and Evan Williams Whiskey, sponsored by Viking Q's, Triple 60, Valhalla, the IBEW Local 98, and Flipside Wallets. It's Steve Blue Shark Markle, and he's 7th in the WPA ranking.
All right. Looks like they are getting ready to go. We can get one more player intro in here. How about Maxence Delattre?
You want this one, Mark?
Oh,
Hometown.
you go ahead. You've done such a lovely job. Go on.
Thank you so much. Maxence Delattre, J. Massam Trick Shots. Hometown, Hot, well, how do we say this? Hot Savoy, France?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, he's been doing trick shots since 2007. He actually came in when we had a quarantine shoot-off during COVID and played really, really good. He placed in first in Trick and Fancy Special Arts Draw and Follow. Radio Billiards, Tom, La Boucheron, Inside Pool Magazine, and J. Massam Trick Shots are sponsors. And he's come on, he played last year at the Worlds and actually also one at the other events. So J. Massam Trick Shots.
All right, looks like we are getting started, and we're starting off with the triple reverse bank, it looks like, with Steve Markle. And I'm going to turn over the mic to our guest commentators, Mark White, Jason Lynch. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, good morning, Mark, or good afternoon where you're at. I don't know which it is.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm in Thailand, mate, and it's coming up to 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the world right now than with you, Mr. Lynch.
Good stroke there from
this,
Steve
what a
Markle. 6 points. Now, what's unique on that shot, a lot of players will try and put side on that. You can actually play this with just dead draw, and actually I showed Steve this one of the last tournaments. You can aim at the edge of the ball with just dead draw, and that will turn that ball over 3 rails to the side pocket.
Always fascinates me, that shot, how it works. I thought there was side spin involved as well, but thank you for explaining that. I shall be practicing that one tomorrow, I promise. Now, before we go any further, Mr. Lynch, I have to congratulate you. I was commentating on the draw competition over on the Do Ya table, and congratulations on breaking the Gaston's record, 230 inches, I believe. So well done. Congratulations. You're in the lead at the moment.
I appreciate that. It kind of started as a jump competition for me, the first 2 swings.
Oh, nice catch.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that, but the first 2 were absolutely awful. I think you killed 2 people in the audience.
Well,
I certainly injured them.
J. Massam, little trouble here, jumping the ball. Yeah, no score on those 3 attempts. I told Abram, I said, I'm going to hit this as low as I can. I said, if it doesn't draw, it's going through the ceiling. And I did do that the first 2 times. I loosened the grip up a little bit, kept it a little more level on the 3rd try. But here comes Jordan.
Yeah, a lot of people.
First attempt you get 6, you make it. Second attempt you get 5, third attempt you
Nope.
get 4. You lose
Very close.
Needs to slow up a little bit. He's very quick the way he plays. That's a better attempt. Second attempt worth 5 points.
How are you feeling so far then? Oh, as we see, Jordan, the pool striker, Moreira. I'll let you explain where he's from.
Thanks. Thanks. He's from France. We'll go with that.
Yeah, let's.
Well, and he's also hometown, same as Florian, watching Florian's videos on YouTube. Florian's been an inspiration for so many players starting the sport. Huge social media, Jordan, and we're really blessed to have him. He really fits right into this group. But here we go, there and back again. One of Jamie Moody's stacking balls. He sells them to the players, and they are drilled out. We got a flat spot on the bottom of them. It's not super glue we use. No score on a first attempt. Usually on this shot, you want to put impart a little bit of low. Either bottom left is actually a good stroke for this shot. It allows you to increase the angle off that first rail and allow it to go long enough to take the 3 rails for the 14. See if we make an adjustment here with the draw. Where's the ball? It's going to come short again.
Oh, wasn't very low at all, was he?
No,
he needs to draw it, doesn't he?
More of a bottom left, but yeah, a draw would do it, or a lot more left English would help too. Oof. Is that with a 5 ball? He might have made it a little bigger. Here we go. Third attempt. We'll see where we're going to cue it. I think he's still center.
For this shot. Looks good.
Oh, he went long. Oh! Wow. Overcompensated.
Yeah, short and long. How's it going for you so far this year? Jason, are you happy with your performance?
I've left a little meat on the table, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with the shot selection and the attempts. You know, I left a couple 10-pointers on the table. One I normally make in draw. But we'll see what happens with bank kick, stroke, jump, and massé. Those are my best 4. The last tournament we played, I was behind quite a bit in the prelims and came back and ended up getting top 4 in that tournament. So, all right. So Jordan,
you've been to Blackpool since we last spoke, right? You've been
yeah.
to Blackpool. We'll talk
yes.
about that after this shot.
Oh, I love blackball.
Blackball in Blackpool.
Here we go. Jordan lengthened it out in the first try. Yeah, he put a little bit of bottom right on that.
Yes.
Beautiful stroke.
Wee.
Last year, Anthony Lim was in the audience, and we had Gaston, who he knows very vocal when he plays. Here we go. And every time he'd make a shot, he'd see, Gaston. And so the French were there, and so they had a sign on one side that says C, and the other side says Qui. And so Anthony was holding it up every shot last year. It was pretty funny. All right, so he was going to hit the Hustler bank, made famous by Paul Newman in the movie The Hustler. This you'll see in the opening sequence. It's a compression bank shot. Beautiful shot. Going to be worth 7 points. 6-7, 13 for Steve. And yes, blackball. I'll tell you, that was an incredible experience. We had Team USA went to Bridlington, England. We'll see the replay here. A little bit of a punch stroke and letting the 8-ball slide out from underneath the cue ball. But it was Tom Rossman, myself, Michael Hewitt from Rising Hope Church, who was also in this event, Bill Ball from the East Coast, and Steve Lillis, who is a former 10-ball player. And that's what was our team from Bridlington. And we started the tournament. Unfortunately, Steve was playing hurt. He had some issues with his back and a disc that he's had health problems with. Well, we ended up a quarter of the way through the tournament. Steve was unable to continue. So we played the rest of the tournament with 4 players and still placed, I believe it was 9th out of 12 teams. So we played very well.
Well, we're going from one pool movie to another.
Yeah.
Junkie.
Poolhall
Bank shot.
Junkies. Yep. Christopher Walken.
This was
This
the
one's
first
for all
screen.
the marbles. You know. It's crazy. All the balls. Cloth.
You guys taught me this one in the
Yep.
league room a couple of years ago. My first ever trick shot.
Yep. The interesting thing, if you do watch this movie and you watch him shoot this, it's an honest reaction because he hadn't practiced it. He came up, he said, well, let's just roll the cameras and see what happens. Well, he made it on the first take. So everybody in there that you see the reaction from is a genuine reaction.
I love little snippets like that. That was Christopher Walken, wasn't it, in that one?
Christopher
Was it
Walken. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's hitting this with a little bit too much angle. So I'm going to adjust. Ooh.
Yes, no.
No gimme.
Very quick, isn't he, as you said?
Mm-hmm. Now, there's 2 different ways of hitting this. You know, Jordan hits this a little slower pace. And Steve hits this a little crisper. I also do. With this shot, it takes kind of the guesswork out of it. And you'll see that pocket liner on the diamond table. The outside of that pocket liner is where your aim point is really on this. And it's top, but just a touch of it inside. You should pop this in the hole. You will hit a little more pace. Okay, too much angle.
Cue ball going past the side pocket.
And I say too much angle because the 8 was past the side and the cue ball went too wide. So both of them together translate into too much angle on the hit.
Oh, very close.
So now the cue ball is good. We know that. The adjustment is to hit it a little bit thicker with not so much right English on the cue ball. That should take
Question
care of
in the
it.
chat from Alex Collins. We're talking about this is a shot from Poolhall Junkies. Just to let you know, 3rd attempt. Needs to make it this time.
Same thing. Yeah, so not enough angle into the 8 ball. He needs to push the 8 ball a little bit further.
Yeah, cue ball getting there before the 8 ball.
Yep. I hit with just a little too much pace. So. All right, Arlen Jordan. This is Max. Here's a quick timer. This is my favorite bank kick shot. And so you'll see.
So who are you? Sorry, carry on.
Go ahead. No. Who am
No,
I?
I was
What?
just going to ask you who you think are your main people to worry about in the draw. I mean, you've got one hand on $5,000 at the moment. Of course, it's more but who do you think might be the danger man?
Well, the next group
or
coming
lady
in.
to come.
The next group coming in, it's Florian and Giumelli. Those are the 2. You know, Florian and I in practice are basically equal as far as where we're drawing the ball back to. In practice, both of us have done 2.5 lengths. And so that's basically a diamond past where I just drew it. So in practice,
How
we're
do you
getting.
like the table?
Oh, I love the table. It's beautiful. Plays very well.
Yeah, they are fabulous tables, aren't they? The do-ya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're hoping, I don't know what's going to happen, we're kind of up in the air yet, that table may go to Muncie to the training center. There at Rise and Hope Church.
Oh, that would be great.
Right now
That
we
would
have
be
a
great
black
if
ball
it does.
table. We have a black ball table there, a 7-foot diamond, and a 9-foot diamond. If we bring in the hay ball table or the Chinese 9-ball table or 8-ball table, it would be an amazing cultural training center there.
Well, yeah, you'd have everything, wouldn't you?
We would.
You're just
we
lacking
would.
a snooker table then.
Well, and the nice thing is you know, myself and Michael Hewitt are now down there. I live at the church right now. I'm actually working for the church. No score on the bank here. Now he's got to make some adjustments. And obviously Michael Hewitt's the pastor of that church. And then Tom Rossman's only an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And Brian Pauly's 2 hours away to Ohio. So it's really the center of 4 different trick shot artists. Okay. So the one ball a little bit long. So if the carom's still good, he can adjust how he's banking the ball. But I think he's going to adjust everything here. I think he's going to move the one ball. He'll probably leave the combination by the side. We'll see what happens here. But yeah,
So what's the object here? What's he doing, Jason, here?
Well, what he's doing is he's going to bank the one ball, and the cue ball is going to carom off the one to the side pocket and make that combination carom shot. The biggest, we call it the quick timer. You could call this the pocket opener. That'd be another good name. The cue ball has to open the pocket before the one ball gets there. So we'll see if we can make the adjustment. The bank's the critical one. It usually can adjust those 2 balls by the side pocket to get the ball to clear. Oh, shoot. Sorry, didn't mute it. I tried.
Wow.
Didn't hit the
nearly
button.
Blew my head off then.
Sorry about that. I hit the button and I didn't hit the button far enough. And everybody's awake now. Sorry about that.
My ears are still ringing.
My football coach would tell you to ring him or answer it and get back in there. All right, so we'll see if Maxence can figure out the equation here. He got the bank to go, but the carom wasn't stiff enough into the carom combination. So you may want to just move that carom combination out just a little bit, hit the bank the same way. You know, the biggest thing is adjustment with all these shots. It's not about making them the first try. You have to be really, really good observing and be prepared to make some changes. Yeah, second time here in Bay City, 19 players this year. We actually had a couple that had visa issues and one that had work conflicts. We would have been 21 or 22 this year.
What's the highest number you've ever had, Jason?
That's close. There was one tournament in China that was 32, but that was filled with a lot of the Chinese players. They didn't go through a qualifier. Everyone that's here at this tournament has gone through a qualifying round and has scored at least 130 points. So you were seeing the top players in artistic pool. Yep. We did do one as a, oh, there we go. Beautiful shot.
Yes, 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 yes.
We did one as a host location, basic waiver. You know, since I'm already ranked high enough in the BCA and also for the world, that, and I'm basically the promoter for this, I reached out to Caitlin and we gave her the promotion spot.
Yeah,
Caitlin's-
good to see Caitlin back competing.
Oh yeah, and
We
she's
would have had another one, wouldn't we?
we would have, yeah, Anna from
Yeah.
Slovakia, and
Unfortunate.
that poor girl. I really wanted to see her at the tournament. You know, she's got such a passion for the game. She's done so good online. She would have been a perfect fit here, and we miss her
Do you know,
immensely.
I'm so surprised at how quick she learnt the I remember sending her the program, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the book or the document, and she was straight on it and making the shots
Mm-hmm.
so quickly. This is one of my favourites, a Speedy skater.
Oh,
I love
yes.
this one.
Yeah, the biggest thing is getting enough left English on this cue ball. So actually, the center line is actually pointed at the side or corner pocket. So when you come through, it pushes the 8-ball forward a little bit to pocket it. Okay, he's got enough English. That's the thing.
Here we go. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
That looks great.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the biggest thing there is catching enough of the cue stick. It actually puts running English on the cue ball as it's going down the cue. There is some friction there that creates, like I said, the running English. So when it comes off the last two rails, it winds it out.
Yeah, it's widening all the time, isn't it?
So you'll see it come into the
Watch cue
sticks.
ball.
Yep.
Yeah, spinning. Still spinning. Well, that was the perfect shot, wasn't it?
He should have
Absolutely
hit it great.
beautiful.
He knows it too. Little look at the camera, little fist bump. Yep. And Steve's wife Carolyn's joining him this weekend, so she's right table side watching what's going on.
Yeah, I've seen her appearing in a few of his videos as well.
Mhm. Yep.
Bit like the Florian and his wife.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
Florian.
Right. 5-rail kick. This is Tom Rossman's favorite shot in the bank kick. And so this is normally played with an upstroke. And what I mean by that, it's a follow stroke. And
Oh
he hit-
yes, oh yes, oh yes.
That was center ball. He hit that. Tables must be playing a little bit longer. Makes this shot a little bit easier.
Just explain to viewers that may not understand, Jason, about playing long and short, please.
Well, we call it long and short. You know, table, when you have, there's a diamonds on the table, obviously. Okay. And normally where he hit that ball, you would have normally came short into it. You would have hit the 7 ball. And so when I say the table's playing a little bit longer, the angles will open up on multiple rail banks. That's the easiest explanation I give you. Well, here's Jordan.
And that's a skill in itself, isn't it?
It is.
Judging it.
So here we go. Jordan went a little bit long on his first attempt. That was with follow. Okay. So what he can do is he can either cue the ball a little bit lower, or he can adjust his aim point. Okay. And to get that to come in, you have to hit a little bit tighter to the last corner pocket before he hits those balls. It has to go wide on this 3rd rail. And he made the adjustment.
Oh yeah.
Did he get enough speed?
Oh yes.
He
Mind out
did.
the way. Mind out the way.
He did. So basically, when he hit that, he hit a little bit wider on the first 2 rails. Wide the first 2 rails. Close to the second, and then tight to the corner to get it to make the turn correctly. You know, there's a great tutorial on Tom Rossman's website, Dr. Q Promotions, for the banks kicks system. And so there's calculations that you can do to widen or tighten up a bank shot, especially in the multiple railers. There's definitely a reason why Tom's going to be in the Hall of Fame for the artistic pool. So. Here we go. Here's the rat race.
Yeah, 10-pointer.
Now you can play this two ways. Okay, you can really, really cut that one ball really thin, and hopefully get it to bank. Cue ball goes 2 rails or 1 rail, if you depending on how you hit it. You'll hit the stick and clear the pocket out. Then the one ball comes and banks in off the stick. If you play the cue ball a double kiss off the 1, the cue ball will only go to the side rail before it goes down, hit the stick, and goes in. Normally, most people play this with a double kiss. You can hear it. Okay, he cut it that time.
Like that.
He cut it that time. There's no double kiss. No. All right, second attempt coming up. Here we go. Cut that very thin. Cut it thin, but not thin enough.
I've just seen Javier Gomez in the chat. He should have been here as well, shouldn't he? Is he one of the ones with the visa issue, maybe?
He is. He is. Yeah, Javier. He is missed, that's for sure.
Yeah. I did a interview with Javier a couple of months ago. Had a nice chat with him. Actually met up with him in Mexico when I was there during quarantine, just
Right.
after COVID.
Yeah, he's a great ambassador for the sport for Mexico. Yeah, Florida actually, Abram's gone down there and played. And Abram won the Mexican national championship down there. Abram has a dual citizenship. Now here we go, Maxence. So he tried cutting it the first time, cut it too thin, or missed it completely. We'll see if he cuts this or if he double kisses off it. He cut it. Did he get enough of a cut?
Go on, go on. Oh,
Didn't cut it enough.
Disappeared under the rail.
Exactly. Yeah, I missed a shot against Dan Hosier at, actually, at the league room. The clubhouse that knocked me out of the playoffs. That was one of the shots we picked. So. Jordan shooting 5B, which is one of the other 10-point shots in the bank kick. The Efren Reyes bank shot.
Yes, I think everyone knows this shot. It's one of the most played shots, isn't it, on the internet, this one.
It is.
Tennessee Tarzan in the house.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee Tarzan, he's over practicing on the draw competition. Yep.
I know he's been on that table every time I've looked, but he's not actually in the tournament, is he?
He actually has the opportunity to play in the draw competition. We opened it up. We opened up to any player, as well as the 2 Hall of Fame inductions. So Tom Rossman actually played earlier. After I got done with my round, he played over there. He got just under 2 links. So even Tom, has a pretty good stroke. But Tom
what's the most you've seen? What's the most you've seen? Have you seen anyone do 3 lengths yet, or not?
No, not here in person. I've been 2 3/4 links on the table, similar to it in Muncie. So.
Number 2. No, looking forward to seeing young Jaden Chow play as well. Have you watched any of him? I've seen lots of his videos online. Have you seen any of him live this
I've
time?
a little bit, but he was actually slated to be here, and he had visa issues.
Oh, he's not here.
He's not here.
Oh, I thought he was there. Oh, what a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Lives in Hong Kong.
Good player, great player.
Yeah.
He'll be a good addition to the artistic pool group.
No score. 5C.
All right, here we go. All right, moving on. So we are 22 points from Markle, 15 from Mr. Delattre, and 12 from Moreira, I would say. This is the rat race, same shot. Steve will play us with a double kiss. I've seen him shoot this before. And so we'll see the cue ball double kiss off the 9. It'll actually double kiss the cue ball to the side rail with enough force to hit the stick and clear it out. So the 9 ball with the double kiss will actually take the bank and go off the stick. And Steve the left-hander. There's a double kiss that did not work. Here we go.
I like that. Adjusted his line there. He knew he wasn't exactly where he wanted to be, so got up, started again.
Right. If I could showcase that to a lot of the younger players, you know, to take that adjustment, get back up and readjust before you get back down, it makes a
It's so
huge,
important, isn't it,
huge
Jason?
difference. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
My
Reset.
stepson
Don't make the
Bryson.
adjustments when you're down.
Yeah, my stepson Bryson's 4 years in playing. He's already 6 in the APA and 8 ball, and he's 8, almost a 9 and 9 ball. And so the biggest thing I always tell him, I said, stay down and slow down. And until they put a timer on you, you don't have one. So until you're ready to hit that ball, you do not pull the trigger. And so take your time.
Yeah, sound advice. My biggest problem, I rush, especially running through a rack of 9 ball. By the time I get to the 7, 8, 9, I'm going so fast because I'm so confident that I'm kind of hitting the ball even before I've settled down into the shot. So yeah, good advice. Yeah, calm down as well, I would add to that.
There you go.
Calm down, slow down, and stay down. I'm going to start using that now.
Stay down, slow down. SDSD. Yeah.
What's going on here then, Jason?
Double kiss draw shot. So this is in the stroke category. Even though it is a draw shot, it's a little double kiss. So it's a little punch draw. You don't want to put a full stroke on this. So a little bit of low and just a little punch. You'll double kiss the one into the red, and they'll both head to the side pocket, and you'll draw back for the third ball.
Yeah, Venom will be on this table next, I believe.
Yes, Venom will be coming over for the jumping massé. really have to have him on the stream table for the massé. It's really his wheelhouse. Little bump, beautiful shot by Jordan. And you'll see that little stroke he puts on the straw. Not a full stroke, just enough to impart enough spin on the ball. He's only hitting this stroke about an inch and a half. Yep, that's it. Far cry from what we're doing over in the draw contest.
Master Lin in the background there. I'm told this is his last ever event. Is that correct?
It's his last ever event, and you know it's just been a pleasure. He's always been such a good sportsman, and even though there's a huge language barrier, it didn't really affect because we all speak artistic pool, and that's a universal language. So I played with Master Lin in Minnesota. No, excuse me. It was in Georgia, in Duluth, Georgia, and we played in the same group. And it was just a pleasure. First time I ever met him, and he didn't speak English very well, and I don't speak Chinese. But we had the greatest time. We laughed more than anything. All right, first attempt for Steve. Okay. A little off center on that stroke. One good way of lining this shot up is to take the butt of your cue and put it over the ball that's by the near side pocket to you, and practice a few strokes with that cue stick over that ball before you take your last stroke to make the shot. That will help in alignment. And you see Steve lining this up dead straight, trying to take any variables out of the equation here. Looks like he likes it.
I thought he was going to forget the 2-ball for a second there.
We actually had that in the last round. Tim Chin forgot to put a ball up.
Yes. Oh, we
It
saw
wasn't-
one on here as well. He had
Oh, really?
the 8-ball. Yeah, I forget what shot it was now. But yeah, he had the ball in the wrong pocket, and he was kindly reminded.
Oh, that
I
was,
think it was you that reminded
yeah, I
him.
reminded Mike Hewitt.
That's it, Mike Hewitt, yeah.
Mike's been my protege for 2 years now. I actually taught him how to, took him through the entire shot program, and he qualified under my watch last year. He actually qualified at Derby City and was able to play in the Worlds last year. And now they're in the same hometown. We've been working hard on getting some bugs out and figuring out what we can do. And Michael's a good player. He absorbs knowledge very well. Yeah, beautiful shot there.
Yeah, we were talking about, Brian Pauly and I were in the booth for that one, and we were talking about Mike, and he has a habit of lifting up on draw shots.
He does. You're correct there.
Yeah, it cost him a few points
Well,
in the last round.
You know, a lot of times when you approach a ball, you know, the first, how can I put it, the first address to the ball. You know, there are a lot of players and 3 cushion players that will address the ball center and come through on a draw stroke. Sometimes there's a flaw in a pool player's stroke, especially in some of the artistic pool players, because they're not as savvy in the regular 8-ball, 9-ball. What they'll do is they'll address the ball low, and when they come to hit the ball, the back arm will dip down, and the cue stick will come in low and finish high through the cue ball. And it takes a lot of the draw stroke away.
Yeah, notoriously, Fedor Gorst, probably, I would say, the only flaw in his game is he's aiming centre ball, and on draw shots he will do that dip down, you know, and it's okay, it works for him. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but you certainly wouldn't teach that, would you, Brian? Sorry, Jason.
You wouldn't teach that, but the thing is it comes down to muscle memory, and if you do it over and over and over again, it becomes second nature, and at that point, is it any more or any less accurate than what the other pros are doing? Who's to say? I mean, look at the success Fedor has.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's lots of players with unique styles. I mean, go back to snooker. Alex Higgins was totally wrong, but it worked for him. And there's several players, like even Shane Van Boning, who's
Yes.
got the turned-in hand and
Yes.
the slightly forward of vertical starting position. But look at him, five-time US Open champion, world champion, and
Look at Keith McCready.
yeah,
Keith is completely sidearm.
yeah, much like what's his name?
I know who you're referring to.
Sufi.
Yes.
Mohammed Sufi. I mean, he's right on the side as well, like McCready.
Yep.
But, got to the semi-finals of the US Open, I think, or was it the World? No, the Worlds. A couple of years ago.
Yes, sir. And here's Maxence setting up that same little stroke shot. It's fine as long as at the point of contact you're delivering the cue stick where you're in the center of your swing. Does the follow through mean a lot? Yes, but to compensate, you can do that. I'm not a fan. I'm pendulum and the hand hangs at the side and try to keep that same position. All right, Max. Let's see what we got here.
There's a great saying that all cue sports are pretty simple, really. It's just made difficult by humans, and it really is just a question of getting on the right line and being able to deliver the cue through in a straight line and smoothly on that line, isn't it? And if you can do that every time, then you're gonna win tournaments without a doubt.
Exactly. So Max no score in his 3 attempts. All right, so looks like Steve Markle coming to the table.
It looks quite easy, that shot, but it's not, is it? Because there's lots of different little components to that shot. You've got the combo. You've got the tight draw. Oh, now I love this one. Giumelli's rendezvous. This is a real sweet shot.
It is very, very neat. The most
Take it
critical
away, Mr. Lynch.
The most critical thing here on the setup is that row of balls, getting that first row in that set of balls in the correct position. So when you strike this ball, it comes off that first ball and goes in, but yet imparts enough speed to relocate the last ball in that row by the rack. That's the first point of setup. The next point is, okay, so I am going to aim when I hit this shot 4 balls from the end, just inside that first diamond. This takes a fouette stroke or a whip stroke. And so you don't want to drive completely through the one. You want the cue ball to skip off the side of the one and then take the top and make that turn. Really, this is a jump. It's a jump massé shot, really, to be perfectly honest. But we call it a fouette or whip shot.
I love that word, fouette. French, I'm guessing.
It is.
The sexy sound of the French. Is there any reason for the dark glasses from Maxence?
I don't know. I think it's just maybe his eyes do better with the darker glasses. Maybe it's for contrast. Who knows?
Yeah. That makes sense, Maxence.
Not a problem. First try.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful. There we go. Simple as that. Next.
Yeah, that shot's been around for a long time. I would have given the nod to Steve to make that just about every time.
I'm sure I've asked this question before. Have you ever considered, or has there ever been in the past, a round where it's kind of open to your own artistic interpretation, like something that's not in the book? Are you allowed to go like a freestyle? Would you consider that for a round, or would it be something that would be hard to control
It would be hard to control.
or score? Yeah.
The nice thing is that it is possible. Here's another fouette. This is a Jump-fouette. So a little pocket ball in the side pocket. The cue will jump sideways over the first cue. Just a little.
Are you all right there, Jason? Give the man some water. At least he found the button this time. He found the cough button.
I gave him some water, but I think he's
it.
drowning on it now.
Might have to rename this faucet instead of fouette. Has he got some water?
I have some water. Cough drops went down the wrong area. So it started me coughing pretty hard.
That's an oxymoron if ever I heard one. Has he got it? No. Oh.
Did Mark just call me a moron? No, oxymoron.
Sorry?
No, I'm just kidding you.
Oh, I didn't say anything. Oh, yes, oxymoron. Oh, I'm with you now. Yeah, you almost choked. You started coughing because a cough drop went down the wrong way.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So here's Maxence with a second try on this shot.
We are in Bay City, Michigan at the Boys and Girls Club, for those asking in the chat.
Look at this shot. Come on.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, all the way.
Beautiful.
Stand back and admire
Beautiful.
your work, sir.
Yeah, Carolyn, hold it up. Quee. Do we have a camera that can go there? Here, do it again, Carolyn.
Have they spelt it right this year, though?
Here we go.
Whee!
Now, you didn't know we had artistic pool ring girls, did you?
No, what round is it?
Yeah, right. Beautiful stroke here. Little jump. Has enough top and follow. And a little side to get around the cue stick there. Great swing of the cue. Walking away like he knows what he's doing. Michael Hewitt makes fun of me. He says, you don't really get excited. He says, you get a little fist pump and walk away. He says, yeah, I kind of do that. But I'll tell you what.
Thing, isn't it? The fist pump.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, when I hit that draw, though, I got excited.
Yeah, we were all waiting with bated breath. I mean, we knew it was good, but Tom Rossman did the measurement, and then he goes to his little notepad, writes it down, and we're all waiting for the magic number. And finally it came, 230 inches.
Yeah, 237, and then subtract a
237. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, and then you
I keep
subtract the
saying
little
230.
13-inch or whatever it was from the start point. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
Jordan.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Here comes Jordan. Giving the nod to Master Lin to shoot his shot. All right. Get this to whip to the side on the blocking ball. Okay. So let's take a look at what angle he hit this at and what the adjustments would be. Looks like the setup of the roll balls was okay because it dislodged the ball. Yeah, I'm not sure where he was aiming the first one. Seems like he was aiming too far out, and that's why it just kind of went outward past the rack. This has to be aimed about to the fourth ball out from the pocket. And you got to have...
We're talking about the 13 ball here, are we?
Yes, yes. And this ball kind of... Well, he's aimed further out. That's a setup issue. That's a setup issue. So he's going to have to move the roll balls down. Cue ball was good. And you can hit this with a massé stroke like he's hitting it and aim further out. It just takes more spin and more elevation. Most players shoot this with a fouette.
Needs to go off the 6 ball to get that train running, so to speak, to send the 9 ball up over the side pocket.
Exactly.
The cue ball will meet it there. That's the plan.
Yeah, it's happened more than once. So we'll see here. Let's see if he's got the same aim point. Same aim point didn't change. Ball dislodged. Very nice shot.
Oh, yes.
Not a huge stroke, but it got it done. So we're happy with that.
Brian Pauly on the next table, playing another fouette shot.
There you go.
2
See,
millimeter.
this is more of a massé stroke than a fouette. B. 3B. So this is an 8-point shot. And stroke.
Oh yeah, this is another one of my favorites.
Oh, there you go, the whip shot. Yeah, this is kind of neat. It's like a half whip. This is kind of the shot you can learn, and then you can move on to the more 2 millimeter whip shots. But this is a great way to learn this stroke. So Maxence seeing exactly how much spin he's got to put on it, and the angle coming off that rack to pocket this ball. Now in artistic pool, we can't roll that ball to check it. It's just the way it is. So. Here we go, guys. Getting set up. He's checking his angle once again. Yeah, so we're inducting Tom Rossman and Mike Massey and George Middleditch into the Artistic Pool Hall of Fame on Friday. Definitely a long time.
Posthumously? Is that posthumously for George?
It is
Am I
posthumously.
right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
George passed away a number of years ago, and when this whole debacle started, this whole trick shot group started, It was really Tom and Mike and George that really started all of it. Paul Gurney was in that group also. But one of the first competitions that was had was back in the year 1999 or 2000, and Tom and George tied for first. Give you a little background on the sport. And George had the very first traveling pool table with a leveling system. He was employed by a petroleum company and had a van and a trailer, and he would go place to place, roll the table out, do a trick shot show, and off he'd go to the next location. And so,
Great idea.
you know, so and you know that's happened now. We actually do it with Gospel Trick Shot Ministries. We actually have 5 of the portable pool tables and trailers, and we've gone just about everywhere. Our portable pool table's here this weekend, the back room. We were in a men's prison doing a trick shot show not too long ago, and I just did one at the middle school in Muncie, Indiana. So here we go, a little stroke shot.
At least they let you out of prison.
There we go. For good behavior. Not really. No, the prison, they really warmed up to the idea of the trick shots and us coming in. So, Tom Rossman, myself.
Johnny Cash. You're the Johnny Cash of the pool world.
There we go. Little Ring of Fire, you know, little Folsom Prison Blues. There you go. Yeah, used to love watching him in videos. He goes there, I'm Johnny Cash. Men in Black.
Yeah, terrific voice. What a songwriter, brilliant.
We've lost a lot of good people over the years. You know, a lot of good trick shot artists, a lot of good singers, a lot of good country people. You know, so one more that we lost with George. So, but we're gonna make sure we honor him and some other players going forward. So,
just tell the viewers what that little tool is that he has on the
that is
table there, the little piece of metal.
That is a 2mm gauge. Okay. That is 2 millimeters thick, okay? And hold on one second.
Oh, is it? Is it going to make it? It certainly is. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh! Oh no.
Sorry about that. He was using his own 2mm gauge. We do not allow anything other than the 2mm gauges that are in the venue and part of our provided gauges.
Yeah, I thought that because it hasn't got the little flanges on it either side to help you get it out again.
Yes.
I've never seen that one before.
No, it's a personal one. So we don't allow that. And that way everything's fair and consistent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Now those are the practicing at home. If you don't have a 2mm gauge, you can actually use a poker chip, and a poker chip is about 3mm. 3 to 4 millimeters, so that's close. That would get you in the ballpark. You know, so if you need something to practice with at home, you could use that.
Or you could get one of those Railbirds ones which Kevin's been threatening to make. But there he's got his own one again, look. He's flaunting the rules here. You naughty boy.
Got word from Tom Rossman, our tournament director. He checked it against ours, so he's allowing him to stay gauge. So we bow to Tom's authority as our tournament director. So
If Tom's happy, we're all happy.
that's right. Tom has been around artistic pool as long as it's been here. So if he says it's okay, I'm not arguing with him.
Now then, oh, missed the triangle.
That's like arguing with the sky that it's not blue. Not going to happen.
Do you have to hit the triangle there, or is that just there as a helper?
It's there as a guide and a helper. Very difficult to play that shot and not hit that triangle and make it. It really has to be a guide because you've got so much bottom left on that cue ball. Kind of a quirky little shot too.
There's the gauge that we're used to seeing there. Let's see, the 2 millimeter with the little flanges on either side.
I do have another gauge designed that is spring-loaded that could possibly be used. I haven't produced any yet, but they don't actually go between the 2 balls. It's 2 circular indentations that go down on the balls, and they only encapsulate the very top, like, third of that ball. And so when you release it, it just comes off the balls, and they're 2 millimeters apart. There's a lot of things we can do to make these setups quicker and easier. We've also thought about getting blocks of like a spacer block that's 1 ball wide, or spacer blocks that are 2 ball wide. You know, some of the shots, you know, we have to be 2 balls away from the rail for blocking balls. It'd be nice to speed up the process a little bit.
Yeah, there's those drill mates, isn't there? I think they're called. Are they called drill mates with the cutouts ready for the balls? You just put it on the table.
Yeah, it'd be similar to that.
Inside.
Yeah, it'd be similar to that.
Yeah.
This would be, you know, specifically. Thank you. Specifically, I can say it specifically for artistic pool. Yep. You ever see anybody's brain stutter before? That happened just now. I went to say specifically.
It's quite a nice cue.
And it didn't work.
Quite a nice cue, that, isn't it?
It is a beautiful cue. Not sure the manufacturer.
What are you playing with, Jason? Well,
I am currently with
we're
Jacoby.
talking about cues.
Currently with Jacoby.
Okay.
And I had a McDermott Bridgeport that I used for many years. I've had it since 2008. And, you know, still love the cue. But there's a couple things for Jacoby I liked, and, you know, we came to an agreement that I would use their equipment, and so that's what I'm playing with right now. I use an HB7, which is turquoise. I love the turquoise inlays, and I play with no wrap.
Well, while we're talking about colours, I have to bring up your shirt. You're not in burgundy, you're in plum this year.
I still have my burgundy shirt. So, but you know, Tim's got the red shirt, so I let him do the red, and I'm a little more reserved, you know, later on in life than I was. You know, it's not about titles for me. It's about the love of the sport and ministry and the things going forward. Look at this. Look at this shot.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a triangle adjustment, isn't it? Just
it is a
move
triangle
slightly
adjustment,
this
yes.
way.
Yep, little adjustment there. But yeah, for me, it's about the love of the sport. And, you know, if I didn't love the sport, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be promoting a world championship because it was a lot of work. Oh my gosh, how far close did he get to that ball? Wow. Holy cow. If there would have been wax on that ball, it would have been in.
He did the awkward part of the shot, didn't he? Just that frustrating couple of millimetres. Well, I wonder if we put the 2 millimetre gauge in between those balls,
it wouldn't
would
have
it gone in?
Yeah, it wouldn't
was
have
it
fit.
That close? It would.
That 2
it
millimeter
wouldn't have
gauge?
fitted, would it?
No. It wouldn't have fit between those 2 balls when it went by. Right.
I
So
can remember
here we
years
go again.
ago when we used to be playing snooker, to see if it was a touching ball, Jason, we would put a cigarette paper, you know, the roll
Right.
your own cigarettes. We used to put a cigarette paper down and to see if it went in between the balls or not, and if it didn't, we knew it was a touching ball.
Yeah.
So you could play away from it in snooker. Here we go, final attempt, I believe.
Here we go. Third and final. I think he makes it. Round and round she goes. No speed. Yeah, hit a good stroke
Line
on
in the
it.
background.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful shot. .3A, okay. Another 8-point shot. The neat thing about Brian kind of started as a pool player. A little lower amateur player. Got into trick shots and started developing a little more of the power stroke, a little faster stroke. And Brian's, very, very consistent. Brian reminds me a lot of Tom Rossman and the way Tom would play. Very consistently, and I'm kind of a Neanderthal, kind of like Massey. And so Brian and I have been road partners for years, so it's kind of funny. Tom and Mike retired, and you got Brian and I, for better for worse. So, and here's Steve Markle using our gauge. Beautiful camera angle by Real Birds.
Another one of my favourite shots. This really does look beautiful. By the way, you just mentioned Railbirds. Please, guys, we ask you, we don't ask for any money or anything like that. We just want you to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, please. We really do appreciate that. It means so much to us. It really does.
Yep.
And if you hit the notification bell, you'll know every single time.
Railbirds, they just incredible with the play-by-play and the slow motion they do for us for artistic pool. It'd be very difficult to do this without them. So please, please, please support the channel.
Caught the wrong rail.
Sure did. Here we go. Second attempt coming up. Steve Markle, Blue Shark. Yep. Took a hiatus off trick shots to go become a police officer. And so, yep, we're glad to have him back. When Steve first started, he was just a young kid.
He should be called Steve the Blue Light.
The
Markle.
Blue Light? I don't know about that.
He's a policeman, right?
Right. Yeah, Blue Light would fit, I guess. Yeah, Steve, when he first started out, just a young kid, just about 16 years old. And, Billiards Digest just did a really nice article on him. And I kind of laughed. I told Steve, I said, I've got a ton of blackmail material on you. Because I had pictures all the way from his very first event where his hair was about down to the middle of his eyeballs in the front.
Really?
Like a Justin Bieber haircut.
Yeah, needs to hit this back rail, the short rail.
There we go. And that's long enough. That's long enough.
This is it. Oh,
that is long enough.
That's
beautiful shot. Yep. Yeah, he had long hair. He looked like Justin Bieber. Yep. Yeah, we used to pick on him.
Well, I'm going to do a little bit of shameless self-promotion now.
Have at it, Mark.
I will be featured. I will be featured in this month's SPM Media magazine. I was interviewed. So there's a little bit about my life in Q Sports and before and stuff like that. And it will be out in the next couple of days, I'm told. Appreciate you supporting that. If you would, guys, just have a look, see what you think.
Definitely will do that. Sneaky Pete Mafia has been a great supporter of Q Sports. They allow us to do an article every event. Our own Brian Pauly writes articles for them.
Yeah, they've got some really good writers now, lots of different features. There's a great one by Matt Andrews every month who does, he's a sports psychologist who works with a lot of the top sports people around the world, not just Q Sports players, but boxers, dart players, swimmers, rugby players, that kind of stuff. Very well respected.
Mom just walked in the door. She come to see what's happening. So.
Who?
My mom just walked in the door.
Your mum?
Yep, my mom's here. Oh. Come to watch me play a little bit and watch some of the other players, and so. Yep. She was here last year at the event.
What's she like in the commentary booth? What's she like in the booth?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Perhaps we should try her.
I think
Get her
we
on
should.
one of your matches. I think we should.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I'm not due to be back on the stream yet, but depending on what the playoff matches happen.
Could get her in for 10 minutes, have a little word, see what you were like as a young boy and were you naughty.
That's pretty funny.
Now, this is the one where you have to make all of those balls, right?
The first row of 5 balls, yes. Go over the other ones. Get in there.
Oh, go on.
Oh, he missed the stick.
Oh, he's missed the cue. Yeah, if we can see that from the other side, you'll be able to see there's a cue stick on the table, which it should slide down and make the 8 in the side.
Gaston just came in, looked at me and kind of pointed at me, smiled a little bit, and gave me a fist bump. So. Yep.
Yeah, look, there's the cue.
Just missed it. Just missed it.
So will he move that cue down a bit or adjust the draw, or what will he do?
He'll probably hit it the same way. I'd move the cue a little bit just to make sure. So he did move it, actually.
No, not this time. Missed one rail out.
Yeah. He hit it really light, but with a lot of spin the last time. It almost didn't get over the roll balls. I'll tell you a funny story. We were at the league room, and Mike Massey was there watching our tournament. And a couple of the guys missed this in the tournament. You know, Mike saunters over. He said, well, let me see you. He said, hand me a cue, he says. And he swings it and hits it better than anybody in the tournament, including the top players. He said, well, that's about how you do it. Any questions? We're just giggling.
Oh, this looks good.
That looks a lot better.
Good.
Oh, it bumped off the cue. It bumped off the cue.
Bumped off the cue.
Yeah. Wow. There's been talk of making a change in the program of putting a combination by the side pocket.
Yeah, like a helper ball. Because that's so unlucky.
I think that with everything else, I think if you executed the rest of that shot, you shouldn't get penalized for that. So I think going forward, we should put that cue there. I've hit this shot so hard that it's hit the stick, and the stick's pushed the ball out. So yeah, it's a really neat stroke shot. This was on ESPN also. And then another version of the shot has a bridge going across where the balls are at. So you jump over the bridge and then come around the 3 rails. So yeah, so we'll find out after this group if what'll happen with the draw record, if it'll actually get increased a little bit or if it'll hold on. I'm probably 50-50 as far as hoping or seeing what my opinion is, if somebody's going to break it or not. I think it's between Chi Ming Lin and Florian if they break it on me. You can sit there. You can sit there. Yeah, just don't sit on my lap. My mom's sitting next to me.
Oh, hello, Mum.
Don't sit too close. You'll get a microphone put on you. Talking to Mark White. He's in the Philippines. He's one of our commentators, and he does
No,
a lot of the professional events.
Thailand.
Oh, he's in Thailand, yeah. That's Jordan, yeah. And that's Max. Max and Jordan. I'm doing pretty good.
There's a photograph there, look, on the front. Is that Steve
Here-
Mark?
Here we
Who
go,
is that
Mark.
on that picture? Can you
Joining
see?
us in the booth is my mom. Can you talk a little bit?
Hello, Mrs. Lynch.
Hi,
Hello,
how
Mrs. Lynch. How are you?
good? How are you?
Wow, you don't sound anything like I thought you would. I
Yeah,
don't know what I expected you to sound like,
You missed the one ball by
but
the...
you're nice and confident and booming voice, a bit like your son. I know where he gets it from now, Mrs. Lynch.
Oh, my mom's a pistol, I'll tell you.
I probably sound really young, don't I?
You do, about 25, I would say.
I would say, yeah, no more than that. You
So
don't want.
you're a Michigan born and bred, are you, Mrs. Lynch?
I am.
Do you hit balls yourself? Are you a pool player? Have you ever played league or anything
used
like
to
that?
play.
Ever done a
No,
trick shot?
no.
Well, she played league with me the one year.
Yeah, I taught Jason everything he
Excuse
knows.
me. Excuse me. I'm talking to your mum, not
All right,
not
I'll
you,
let. I'm
Jason.
sorry.
I'm asking your mum the
I'm
questions.
being rude. I'll let her. Go ahead.
I taught Jason everything he knows.
Well, you taught him very well, and he's a lovely young man that you've raised there. So well done. You've done
Thank you.
something right.
Thank you.
He's a lovely man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this for a shot. Look at this. Oh, yes. Do you have a favourite shot, Mrs. Lynch?
I like the one where they line all the balls up on the side and then shoot them in real fast.
She likes like the machine.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. It's a machine gun
Like
shot.
machine gun shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more just
Yeah.
shooting them in. Yep.
Are you a pool player?
Mark, yeah, he's a
I
football. He
used to be a snooker player, but yeah, I play pool.
Yeah.
Look at the arc on that cue ball.
Oh,
Beautifully
boy.
done.
Jimmy Glanville getting
Pretty shot
excited.
that is.
Jimmy Glanville's getting excited. The table over. He just made the impossible stroke shot. Oh, here we go. Here's the show-off spin shot.
That time.
Nice talking
it's
to you,
Tom
Mrs.
Rossman,
Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on here then?
Bye.
Bye-bye, Mrs. Lynch. Nice to meet you.
You
Have
too.
a nice day. Enjoy watching your son.
Thank you.
All right, Mark.
That was nice to speak to you. Or have a quick word with your mum.
Yeah, Mom's good.
Something a little bit different.
We used to play
Thank you.
pool. We used to play pool in the basement, and we played cutthroat in the basement. And Mom and Dad both played. My brother a little bit, but yeah. So I talked her into playing league with me a couple of years ago. And, she was a 2 in the APA, but she won a couple matches. She had fun. So, all right, Maxence. This is a resistance draw show. Gonna get past the side pocket. So the physics here, you've got 24 ounces in 4 different balls, obviously 6 ounces apiece, 24 ounces in front of your cue ball. So when you put that bottom right and that spin on there, that physics imparts an enormous amount of spin and draw on the cue ball and allows you to make the shot going 3 rails into the corner. The hardest part really in this shot is not really coming around the table, it's getting all 4 balls to go in that pocket. This is one of my favorite shots, actually.
Do you use a heavier cue for this particular shot?
Not
Jason?
really. There's a couple different ways you can shoot it.
No.
I'm usually parallel, I'm coming through parallel to the line of centers of the ball with bottom right on it. Doesn't really require a different weighted cue. It's just more of controlling the stroke. Yeah, this is a medium stroke because you want to impart a lot of spin and speed on the cue ball going backwards. So making sure they're all frozen is a big thing here. Because if they're all frozen...
What, in your opinion, is the most difficult shot, Jason, on the program? What's the most difficult shot?
Well, there's two that have been kind of the ones that have been the crutch of about everybody. There's one that's called the impossible stroke shot, which you'll stroke a ball and actually it'll hit the rail, go around a blocking ball on the end rail, and clear a pocket out from a ball. And the first ball you hit actually banks 4 rails and hits a combination in the same swing of the cue. So we may see that stroke shot depending on who shoots it.
I remember commenting before it's rightly called the impossible shot because I don't think I've ever seen it made.
Mm-hmm. You know, and obviously, you know, you've got the circular follow shot. That's one that's difficult, the circular draw shot. But there's a lot of players in this group that have hit the circular draw shot pretty consistently. It's one of my favorite shots. All right, we'll see what Max can do here on a second attempt. Good stroke. Need some legs.
No pace.
No pace at all. That's the problem. But yeah, Max, good addition to our artistic pool group.
Yeah, France seems to juice a few, doesn't it? We've got 3 players here from France, which is quite a high average.
Well, you know, we're starting to
here.
You know, we're starting to expand. I mean, France has got 3 players. South Africa has a pretty big group for artistic pool now. You know, Wayne and Zafar are pretty much the tip of the iceberg when it comes to South Africa. They've actually held a couple tournaments themselves. And we just held a black ball artistic pool tournament at the World Championships in Bridlington. And we had over 30 players there in that artistic pool tournament. We actually did it in between the rounds. And Wayne Parker actually is the current WPA artistic black ball world champion.
Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it?
Oh boy. Come on, ball.
Oh, there was English on it.
Little stick English.
You know the game curling. Have you heard of the game curling on ice with the stones?
Yeah, you need a sweeper.
A little brush there.
You needed a brush.
Yeah, the sweeper you needed. Oh, open the gate. Yeah, this is a great shot.
Yeah, no, there's 2 different ways to hit a 2mm shot. Yes. There's 2 ways to hit a 2mm shot. And depending on, you know, the person's stroke and how they approach it. One way is to basically angle your cue stick so you're hitting through the cue ball to the center of the object ball. So you're actually using the more mass of the ball to graze off and slide sideways. And there's a lot of people also that will go parallel to the center line of the balls and just shift to bottom right. And so they're using more of the stroke and the speed of stroke to get the cue ball to come around. And I've actually changed the way I shot these over the years because I think my stroke has slowed down a little bit. Not a lot, but enough that's been noticeable on some of these shots. I don't power them anymore, and it's just been more consistent playing into the more mass of the object ball, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian about your stroke earlier on when you were on this table in the last round, and I remarked that I thought that you're one of the more powerful players. You know, you hit harder than most. Just the way I observed it, especially when you was playing the 3 ball on this first diamond on the right long rail there, and you're going round the 3 angles, top spin, you know, playing around 3 rails to make the ball in the top right. So here we go. Get behind that cue stick. Need some right hand spin.
Swing the gate open. Yep. Yep. Biggest thing is pocketing the ball here.
For anybody that's watching doesn't know the shot, this is a little what they call a fouette shot. It's called fouette means to whip. He's whipping the cue stick.
There's the general on duty.
Yes. I'm asking for the car insurance when we're done here. This is Steve's lining this up again. I don't think he put a full stroke on it, so I don't think he's really going to adjust the position of the object ball. I think he's just going to hit it again and see what happens.
Yeah, the stroke will change the reaction of the balls, won't it? So
that's true.
It's not necessarily a setup issue always.
No, until you put a good stroke on the ball, you can't really judge if you can make any changes or not. And when you do make changes, you need to make one at a time. Don't change 3 or 4 things.
He's ready. So are we, Steve. Oh, miscued. So a little bit snatchy there, I thought, Jason.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, no pause in the stroke. It was just boom, boom. And I've worked on that over the years in my pool stroke. And who helped me with that was actually Atkins from Ohio.
D. Atkins?
D. Atkins, yes. Yeah, he did a clinic up in Pinconning with Statewide Billiards crew and Greg Thornton in there and the individuals that were there. And he noticed, and I really didn't even think about it, that when I'm shooting, even artistic pool, that what I do is kind of get that backhand moving forward and back very quickly, and I don't really have much of a pause in my stroke. So basically he told me, he said, you don't have to stop it. He said, just slow it down. He said, if you can slow that jerkiness down a little bit, you'll become more accurate. And so, actually, that's what I've done, and actually, it has helped my game.
I have an interesting story. Let's just watch this one, and I'll give you a little tip that I got from a coach. He's a coach in the UK. He used to be Jimmy White's coach, and has coached several players over the years. And he doesn't like to use the word pause on the backswing, so he calls it the get ready. And the way he explains it is it's you're getting yourself ready to actually release the cue. So he found that if he mentioned to students the pause, it would make them literally pause too long, actually stop the cue, and then stifling the forward motion. So he would always call it the get ready, rather like pulling the bow back, the bow with an arrow, pulling it back to its full and then releasing it and then letting it go, rather than there being a hard and fast stop. And I tried it, and it helps.
So here we go. He is going to hit the whip.
Jason? Oh,
yeah, I'm still here.
There.
Yeah, I'm still here. Just listening to you.
I was waiting for some response to my words of wisdom there from Mr. Alan Bell,
no, you're
Jimmy
right.
White's coach, and nothing.
No, this is a whip. So you are correct. And you adjust the the tangent line of that A ball, you know, the center line of those two balls, based on what you see the cue ball do. If it's coming in tight to the side rail, you can angle the balls more to the left side of the A pocket. Or if you're not getting enough on it, you can actually angle them the other way and tighten it up. So he's going to put bottom right on this, loose grip, and throw it at the ball. Good swing. Okay. So I wouldn't change much here. I might change my combination.
Got around the 8-ball beautifully.
Yeah, he did. Oh man, so close.
Lucky.
So what's the adjustment?
Remind us what's coming up next, please,
Well,
Jason, if you wouldn't mind. Of course, we've got...
Yeah. Hold on one second.
So coming up next, which is going to be at 4:30 Eastern U.S. time, is the Bank and Kick and Stroke, the second group, which is going to be with Gaston Tomadoni, Dan Hoosier, and Wayne Parker. But before then, we're going to have, I think, maybe the final group of the draw competition.
Correct. You know, right after this group, we will be getting the last group of players over there for the finals of the draw, and see if my record holds or not.
See if anyone can steal $5,000 out of the clutches of Jason Lynch.
Well, if it was in my hand, you'd have a hard time, but it's on the table. So if somebody can outstroke me, you know, they're more than welcome to it. And we thank Wayne Parker and Sykes and Do Ya Tables for helping us bring this to us. So.
Jason Lynch and Jamie Moody, you go to table 3. Abram Diaz, Savar, and Caitlin, you go to table 2. Give courtesy to the stream table right now. They're finishing up.
They're finishing up. I'm actually going to table 3 in a few seconds here. I'll stick with you for a few minutes. No score there. And I believe that is it for Max. And Jordan is coming up.
Same shot, yep.
Same shot.
Max is finished.
Yep, same shot here. Yeah, Max had a rough round. He's usually better than that in stroke. So hopefully he'll bounce back for jumping massé coming forward.
Right now, it's free pizza for everybody. Go over there if you want some, grab it. So just
Free pizza, everybody.
first serve. So if you want some pizza, grab a piece, take it to your table. Go over there and help yourself.
All right, so Jordan is looking at this 10-point stroke shot.
Tim Chin, Michael Hewitt, table 4. Jason Lynch, Jamie Moody, table 3. Abram, Zafar.
All right, Mark, I'm going to bow out here and get my cues and get ready for my round. It's a pleasure joining you. And thank you, Kevin, for letting me sit in for commentary. And I'm going to sign off here.
All right, thanks for
See you,
sitting
Jason.
in, and
Good luck.
good luck with that draw. Hope your record holds up. All right, here we are with Jordan with this draw shot, this whip draw. What was the name of this? The whip draw? Oh, this has got a
the
chance. This has got a
The 8
chance.
ball. Yes. 10 points.
10 points first try for Jordan.
Okay? That was awesome, buddy. I love it. That was beautiful. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody left here, guys? You guys are finished? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, on table 1 here.
2 millimeters away. Draws round the 8.
Come in and we're starting our practice. You guys can bring your pizza to this table.
Beautiful.
Nicely done. Way to close out the round. believe that is the final shot of the round. That does close it out. So the players definitely not showing. Nobody had a great showing this round. Everyone was struggling. We like to see them do well, but sometimes it's just not. The stars don't always align. But these players have definitely put on some really good performances in the past, and I expect to see some really good performances in the future as well in this tournament. But that does close out this round. We are going to have more coming up at 4:30 Eastern U.S. time. It's about an hour and a half from now. That's going to be the second group of the bank and kick and stroke shots, featuring Gaston Tomadoni, Dan Hosier, and Wayne Parker. In the meantime, we will have the final round of the draw competition, so will not want to miss that. Stick around for that, and that'll be coming up in just a couple minutes. All right, I am Kevin Ross, along with Mark White and Jason Lynch. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. See ya.